Let's see if I can make myself cry. I just want to act on the movie someday. If I look dumb while editing this, I'm still gonna post it. Family. Love me anyways. Get y'all snacks. Go get your snacks. I want you to guess the killer. See if you can get it right. It's gonna be kind of tricky, kind of hard, but I bet you don't. This is the craziest dream I ever had in my life. But why not tell it? So it's 6 of us that decided to go in the woods in his cabin. Far out. Me, James, Jordan, Jessica, Samantha, and Jessica, and Hannah. We all decided to play spin a bottle. As we was playing spin a bottle, the lights go off. James and Hannah decided to go check out to see what caused the lights to go off. They checked the fuel box, and when the lights came back on, James came back without Hannah. We was like, what Hannah at? He don't know where she's at. All 5 of us are together at this point. The only person who's missing is Hannah. We calling Hannah name. Hannah. She's not answering at all. We saw Hannah in the tub, fully dressed, dead. We instantly look at James. We told him what happened. He said he promised he do not know what happened. While he was fixing the fuel box, she said she was gonna go back to the living room with us. So then that's when we was confused. And here's the little back history about everything. James and Hannah is dating. Hannah cheated on James. Hannah is also Samantha's best friend. Me and Samantha is dating. And Jordan and Jessica is dating. That's just a little back history for y'all. You can write this down on paper if you really want to guess who the killer is. Write it down in the comment section when you think you have it. Samantha instantly started crying really bad and called the cops. We too deep out in the woods, so we have no service. So that means the cops couldn't be called. We couldn't just leave her body there. So we buried her in these woods next to this cabin. Now we all in the living room sitting quietly, confused. Jordan and Jessica decided to go in their room, just do whatever they need to do. Me and Samantha just crying on each other's shoulder. And James also crying. The only 2 people who are not crying and who's just sad is Jordan and Jessica. But we all still worried about James. An hour goes by. Oh, it's time to do a fire, a little bonfire. We all get the wood, we get the marshmallows, and we do this bonfire.
If I weren't stuck in this wall, I would be the jungle.
Now that we got this fire going, Samantha went to go get the drinks. But she was taking all day putting the drinks in the cooler, so James went to go help her. He went to go put the drinks in the cooler, help her, pick it up, and bring it to us. We finished enjoying the night, even though we didn't really enjoy the night because of what happened with Hannah. Now after we ate the s'mores with the Hershey and everything like that, we all went to bed. The next day we wake up, you know who's dead? Me. So at this point, something seriously is going on. Hannah is gone, I'm gone. You guys, Samantha left, James, Jordan, and Jessica. They all looking at each other and neither of them trust each other. The only 2 that trust each other is Jordan and Jessica, because they're a couple. Now they noticed that knife that they used to kill me with was in the bathroom. And that's the same knife Jessica was using last night to eat her steak. So now everybody is questioning Jessica, even the boyfriend. She promised, just like James did, that when she was done with that knife, she put it in the sink. She did not touch me with that knife at all. But, like I said, nobody trusts nobody at this point. Even the boyfriend not starting to trust the girlfriend. Because things are getting too weird until later tonight happened. Here's a little back history about these 4. Jessica used to be my ex. We used to date. But I broke up with her. I left her and I dumped her. And she always still had feelings for me. She would always talk about me to Jordan, her current boyfriend. He used to be a little bit jealous of that. He did not like it at all because he knew that if I really wanted her, I could have took her at any point. Why? Because we had a long relationship, a good loving relationship. But I left. She just wasn't the right person for me because of how she was. So later that night, Samantha remembered that I told her everything about that situation. So Samantha went, it's Jordan. Jordan is the one that killed him. Jordan, why did you kill him? Jordan said, I did not kill him. Why are you framing me? That's your boyfriend. You probably killed him and planned that. Samantha was getting even more pissed. He was jealous of Ras because he could have took your girlfriend at any point, so you killed him. I know you did. And then you had Jordan. I didn't kill nobody. That's when James stepped in. He pushed Jordan, don't you touch a girl like that. Jordan pushed him back. Them two was about to fight. Jessica stepped in between them, kind of broke the situation up before it got too hectic. James went to go comfort Samantha because she got smacked really hard by Jordan. Jessica was pissed off at Jordan for even smacking Samantha. Jessica went her own little direction. She didn't want to even look at Jordan. Samantha and James went their own direction. He went to go, comfort her. And then Jordan, pissed off, just stayed where he was at. Samantha crying in the bathroom like, I know it's him. I know he did it. He would never hit me in that way. He would never do it if it wasn't him. It's him. Ras told me how jealous he was. James is just hugging Samantha like, yeah, I know. And Samantha is just crying her eyes out. So later that night, Jordan wanted to apologize to Samantha because of what he did to her. But as he was apologizing to Samantha, he was kind of flirting with her, even though he's dating Jessica. James in the back noticed that. James was getting mad. He was getting really frustrated that Jordan was flirting with Samantha. I always knew something was up with him, because why else would you get mad? Why? I knew you liked my girl. And Jordan, how could you do this to me? We was cool. But James did not like that at all. He was really mad. He was pissed. Well, later that night, Jordan was just washing the dishes, minding his own business, but somebody was walking behind him. He couldn't hear him because he had his earbuds in, just jamming, listening to music. But as that person was creeping up behind him, stabbed him, murdered him. Jessica later found her boyfriend. She screamed. She is going nuts. They had this hunter though, out in the woods that was next to the cabin. He heard all of this commotion, so he left, called the police. The cops came, arrested all three of them. An investigator came to investigate the whole situation. They found out who the murderer was. Before I tell you, write down in the comment section who you think it is. Samantha? Why Samantha? Remember when Hannah died and the power cut off while we was playing spin a bottle? She snuck out from the group and she went in the bathroom. Well, remember James said this? She said she was gonna go back to the living room with us. So as Hannah was walking back to the group, Samantha was in the bathroom. She seen Hannah walking past the bathroom. Samantha said, hey, I need help. The tub is clogged up because the tub was filled with water. It was all in Samantha's plan. So as Hannah went to go help her, Samantha grabbed her head, put her in the water, and drowned her. What about me? That same knife that Jessica was eating steak with, she used that to murder me and planted it on Jessica so it could seem like Jessica did it. Now they noticed that knife that they used to kill me with was in the bathroom. And that's the same knife Jessica was using last night to eat her steak. So now everybody is questioning Jessica. And what about Jordan? We all know she just ended his life. But why? Why would she do all of this? For what? Samantha ended up confessing everything to the investigator in jail. She used me to get to James. It turned out the only reason why James got mad because Jordan was flirting with my girlfriend was because it was fake of him. He didn't like that snake energy he was doing, not because he liked her, because he didn't. She had an obsession over James. She always wanted him. But Hannah was in the way. Hannah and James was dating. Had to get her out the way. Then obviously she didn't really love me. She didn't really want me, so she had to get me out the way. And then the witnesses, Jordan, had to get him out the way. Jessica would have been next. If it wasn't for that hunter, then she would have had James all to herself. And she would have locked him up and kept him in the basement for life. Because she just had this secretly obsession over him. Well, the investigator decided to go to Samantha's house, and what they found, oh my gosh. Pictures scattered all over the walls of James. Then the investigator found a notebook of how she plotted everything. Mind you, she's the one who planned the whole camping trip for all 6 of us. And in that notebook, she also wrote down how she could get to James. Well, by seducing her way up to me, making me her boyfriend. Well, it worked. She's evil, but very, very genius. And that's not even it, it gets worse. Found a hard drive. And when he seen that hard drive, he put it in the laptop. And he saw pictures and videos. He saw pictures of James taking a shower through his window. Then the videos go as far as James and Hannah doing the nasty in the bed. Samantha was sick, but when you met her, you would have never thought she was this girl. And I mean everybody wanted her. No wonder Jordan wanted to get at her. and everybody was shocked because nobody didn't expect this from her. You might think that would be the end of Samantha because she's in jail, she's done for. Think again. In that notebook, she wrote how she was going to confess to the investigator because she knew she was going to get caught. But she knew what jail she was going to go to, and she knew how she was going to escape. By the time the investigator decided to check Samantha's house, it was already weeks later. So she already broke out of jail. And guess who she went to go look for? James. And she found him.